Hello viewers, welcome to educators.com. This is Venkatraman Naganji. In the previous session, we were discussing about scroll views. So now let us discuss about intent and intent filters. So let us see what is an intent in our Android. So and how to communicate between the application components and what is the primary information that an object can contain and what are the different types of intents available for us in the Android. So we mostly use intents to pass an action to be performed. Basically, we will tell the application component to just a small action what to do. Let us say intent is a messaging object. So where an application components are activated through this intent. So intent messaging is a facility to bind the components of the same application or maybe the between different applications as well. So it is nothing but a description of a small action to be performed, like listen to the class, sit down, whatever we do, we'll tell our youngers or maybe where our class teachers used to teach us something like that when we are in childhood. So it is going to have a small description of an operation, and there are different mechanisms to deliver the intents to different application components. So as we have activity services, broadcast receivers, we have different mechanisms to pass an intent to these three application components. If you want to start an activity, we use either start activity method or maybe start activity for result method. So we will call start activity method to launch a new activity. So when that new activity is going to return something to the user, then we use start activity for result, and then we'll call on activity result where we'll receive the result. So the best example is like through a camera application, when you click or when you click a picture, it is going to return an image for you, or if you are recording, it is going to return a video or an audio. And if you want to start a service, how to start a service? If you want to start a service, we use start service method, and there is one more method called bind service, which is going to bind the service to that particular client server interface. Like some work is going to should happen in the background, and then it is going to pop up some result on the user interface. So means this particular user interface or this particular activity must be the service must be bind to our application component and delivering to the broadcasting services. So we already discussed what is a broadcast receiver. So we can deliver the broadcast to the other apps by passing an intent to through what said send broadcast or said send ordered broadcast or send sticky broadcast method. So this is how we'll communicate with an application component. So and the major advantage with our intents is there is no overlap. Means if you send an intent to an activity, it is going to deliver only to the activity. If you send an intent to the service, it is going to deliver only to the service, not to activity, neither activity nor broadcast receiver. The same way, if you send an intent to the broadcast receiver, it is going to reach only to the broadcast receiver. So sometimes you might observe overlap situation, like, so there is a lot of background work as I'm working with the multiple applications, the system is responding slowly. So this situation may arise for us in our regular life. So, but these through intents, there is no such kind of overlap. So when you want to do something, it is going to do the same thing and it is going to deliver only to that particular application component. So there is a small information for every intent object. So that is going to contain a name, action, data, category, extras, and flags. Just like whatever we do hold in our childhood, or maybe while you are working for some company, like you'll hold your company, a company name. So there you'll find an employee ID, and you are going to work on some different technology. So like this, there is some set of information, primary information will be available to read when an administrative people give your employee ID, it is going to return something. The same way here, this intent is going to have a small information about your objects. So now let us see what is the name. So the name contains the name of the application component to be start. and this particular name is optional. So this is a critical piece of information which makes an intent explicit. Most of the times we use this in our explicit intents where we are going to send a target name to the intent. So without application component name, this intent is an implicit intent and the system decides which application should receive. So something like if you want to travel from X place to Y place. So if you are familiar with that, or else if you give a proper destination name, so and will give you the everything, every possible way how to reach there. It's something like giving the destination place and arranging some car to you to travel. So though you do not know anything, it automatically it's something like it is you are going to reach over there because the destination name is provided. But assume that just a destination name is provided to you, any other facilities has been given to you like a cab or some other facilities, so they you should reach to that place. So that is up to you. Choose your suitable so transport mode, like so depends upon the distance you take bike or car or so whatever you choose, that is up to you. Means so the system will itself decide so what to do. Then it will go to the implicit intent, but when you are giving a name, it is going to deal with explicit intent. The component name object can be specified using the class name of the target component. So means where it should go. There's something like giving a destination name. So it along with your package name, if you see here com.educators.target activity. This is my activity. So where I am reaching. So the next up intent object is action. So we already know what is the definition of an action. So here action means a string that is going to specify a generic action to be performed. The simple example already I have mentioned: listen to the class, read the book, watch the TV, or listen to the music, something like that. It's an information about an action to be performed. So where we can specify an action for an intent with set action method or maybe through an intent constructor. So as a parameter directly we will pass as an action to be performed. So have a look at in this table, we have some set of predefined action constants like action call. So this belongs to your activity application component which will initiate a phone call. Action edit, so which is going to display data for the user to edit. Action main is also a activity target component. So start up as an initial activity of the task with no data input and no return output. So action sync, we mostly look at this in of syncing a contact as anything like a Gmail or maybe Facebook. Action battery low, so which is belongs to a broadcast receiver because action battery low is a notification to the user saying that the battery is low. So that is a warning that the battery is low. Action headset plug, so a headset has been plugged into the device or unplugged it. And action screen on, just something like screen is on, screen is off. Action time zone has been changed, it will going to announce the user saying that the setting for the time zone has been changed. Like this, these are all the possible and available action constants. The next application component is data. So the URI of the data is to be acted on and the MIME type of the data. So example you can see, so if the action field is action edit, then the data field would contain the URI of the document to be displayed for that particular editing. So means what type of the data you are trying to edit. So just something like editing a Word document which is there in the D drive, my documents. Well, let us say some X documents. So opening it up, editing that through an action edit. And if an action is an action call, the data field would be telephone, means TEL as a prefix. And for that editing, here it is the content is the prefix, which is going to take the number to be called. Set data method is to set only the data URI. Set type is to set only the MIME type. If you want to set data and type, we use set data and type method where we can set both the data and URI explicitly. So the next intent object is like category. So we already know. So in our regular life, let us say what are the different categories you worked on, or the common questions, which category you belong to. Something like when you're doing your intermediate, or say they'll ask you which branch or so what is your specialization. The same way here, the category is a string containing the additional information about the kind of the component that should handle the intent. So something like if you say I'm studying engineering, so then obviously everyone will ask which branch, like civils, CSE, IT, mech, whatever, electrical, electronics, something like that. So and component can contain any number of category descriptions basically. If you observe, I'm giving a small table with a few category constants. Category browsable, then the target activity can be safely invoked by the browser to display the data referred by a link. Okay. Example, you can see an image or an email message. So through that link, whatever you provide, it is going to browse the data. And category gadget, this activity can be embedded inside the activity of that particular host gadget. So category home, so that activity displays the home screen of your mobile. The first screen the user see when the device is turned on, or maybe when you click on a home key. So the category launcher, so it can be the initial activity of the task and listed in the top level of the application launcher. Means whenever you launch your activity category as your category launcher, then that activity will be launched first time. So example is like when you open your facebook.com. So initially if you're not logged in yet, it is going to show you the login page. That is your launcher. So if you take a Gmail, every time wherever or whatever the browser, whatever the location you are in, so when you type gmail.com, it is going to launch the same page for each and every location and for each and every user. So that is category launcher. The category reference. So the target activity is a preference activity. So panel. And the next one is actually extras. So it is a key value pair mechanism which is going to contain information to be required to accomplish a requested action. So if I say I want to do something, we should give a small, so what are going to hint? Let us say go to some X destination. So then we must give some and an extra information why you should go there. So go there and get some fruits for me, or get some objects for me, get some, do my work, whatever it is basically. So key value pair mechanism. An intent object has a series of put methods for inserting the values. So and extra data, and a similar set of get methods also there to read the data. And there we have an same as a bundle extras also can be inserted into an intent object using your put extras method, and where you can read it through the get extras method. Simple, say extra subject, extra text, extra title, extra email or extra mail. So the same way even you can create your own extras also. So how? Just by prefixing your package name. So com.educators.extra content. Okay. So like this, even you can create your own extras also by just prefixing your package name. Not only this, not only extras, whatever you want to create, activities, whatever it is, that would be prefixed by your package name. And the next finally flags. So flags are the various sorts. We have different sorts of flags are available. So many flags or instruct the Android system how to launch an activity, just like which task the activity should belongs to. So where should it? So it's something like giving. So means when you launch something, whether it should be in a recent applications or not. So if not, so where it should go. All these things will be there. So and how to treat it after it has been launched. Something, just assume that you have opened a gmail.com and later you open facebook.com. If you go and check it in your recent apps, it is in the order saying that which or the recent applications you have launched. Okay. So the examples are like constant values are like a flag, activity, clear task. So flag, so this flag is the prefix for all of your flags, and the activity is the prefix for activities to mean the type of flag, activity flag. And if it is a broadcast receiver flag, it will be flag underscore receiver, and this is my value actually. registered only, clear top, new task or something like that. Okay. So this is all about your intent objects. Now let us see what are the different types of intent, and we have two types of intents available for us in Android: explicit intents and implicit intents. I'm just briefing what is an explicit and what is an implicit. So explicit intents are going to specify the component to start by the name and typically used for the internal application communication. So like used to start a component of your own application. The examples are start a new activity in response to the user action, or start a service to download a file in the background. So implicit intents do not name anything basically. So you should not give any specific name and all. So automatically it is going to declare a general action to perform, which allows the component so from your another application to handle it. So who decides all this? Android system will decide so the best component to handle the intents. Like it will already decide. Let us suppose action call. If I say action call, it automatically calls the corresponding action. An example is like location based app will load location data to our application. So this is how so we work with your intent and intent filters. So thanks for watching educators.com. Let's catch up in the next session. So to see what is an implicit intent and explicit intent along with the examples. Thank you.